This is Blue Collar Millionaire, Blue Collar Grind, Millionaire Mind. So we got a news story about these climate protesters that's out here wilding out, getting arrested in the streets of Boston. Going from masslive.com, Boston climate protesters in custody after attempt to block I-93, police say. With advocates for action on climate change taking steps to block traffic during Boston's Wednesday morning commute, police said they took protesters into custody across the city, including a small group attempting to walk onto I-93 after daybreak. 5 protesters were detained on the ramp to I-93, according to Massachusetts State Police. And let's see, they were monitoring protest activity after an advocacy organization pledged to disrupt traffic in protest of the fossil fuel industry. Extinction Rebellion, which describes itself as a politically nonpartisan international movement. Let's stop. They are not nonpartisan. They're clearly leftists. You could say radical leftists, but with the prevalence of radical leftism, I don't even know if it really even qualifies as radical anymore. It's just regular old leftist shit. They're definitely partisan because it's almost guaranteed that there's nobody in that organization that would identify as a conservative or a Republican, especially because a lot of this, the climate change things and the way people respond to it, the way they present it, oftentimes is definitely coming from the left. So, but they claim they're a politically nonpartisan international movement using nonviolent protests to bring attention to what it called a climate and ecological emergency. As supporters to meet in Boston Wednesday morning to meet rush hour commuters. My bad. So calling themselves an Extinction Rebellion. So they think that they're rebelling against their own extinction, which they think they're going to become extinct over the fossil fuel industry, which is doubtful. You're just rebelling against somebody else's profits. And also you're disrupting more than just the fossil fuel industry, because you got regular everyday people that obviously have fossil fuel vehicles, since that's the majority of the vehicles on the road right now. But you're disrupting everyday people from being able to go make a living. So while you may have a cushy life or a government subsidized life or parents taking care of you life, or you're in college and you got student loans life, you ain't got to worry about your job and your bills. The people that are on the road going to and fro are commuting to work, trying to make their money so they can have a place to live and can feed their family. So really what you are rebelling against is the average everyday person or everyday American being able to make a living. Because right now, even though I would never sign up for the shit personally anyway, even if electric cars were more prevalent, you're just disrupting everyday people in their lives because you say you want to protest against the industry. If you're going to protest against the fossil fuel industry, then go direct to the source. Stop fucking with everyday people's lives, jackasses. But on the website, the group told protesters to meet at 7 a.m. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation warned the group planned to disrupt travel on several main commuting routes in Boston. Once again, you disrupting everyday people. You're not disrupting the fossil fuel industry. You would have to do something a little bit different if you're actually trying to target the industry. So again, whose money are you fucking up? Freeze pop. So the Boston PD said it arrested several people, multiple people in various locations across the city. And the people would likely be charged with disorderly conduct. Now, when it comes to free speech and stuff, I personally believe that these people have a right to their opinion. They have a right to voice their opinion. They have a right to publicly voice their opinion. I think where the disorderly conduct comes in is that now you're impeding on someone else's freedom. You're stopping people's freedom of movement, freedom of travel, because you're not allowing the roads to be used as they were meant to. You can easily go to a park, public square. You can rent out a conference room, meeting room at a hotel. You can book or rent out a place in a university. Wherever you choose to have this public gathering to protest whatever the fuck you want to protest, I would assume that disorderly conduct comes because you decided to stand and block I-93, a major highway. Once again, jackasses. Police said they diverted traffic after protesters blocked one side of the bridge, Seaport Boulevard Bridge. And a scene shot by NBC Boston shows several dozen protesters marching across the bridge, beating drums, chanting "No gas, no oil, keep it in the soil." Like, bruh. Yeah. So, this ain't new. They've been doing shit like this. 2020, 8 members of their group were arrested for trespassing after hanging a banner on a Citgo sign that read "Climate Justice Now." Like, the type of shit these people be on, bro. Talking about climate fucking justice, bro. Like, what type of justice is you talking about, bro? Like, you're not gonna stop the fossil fuel industry from making money or existing. You're not gonna stop fossil fuels from being used. And even if you somehow manage to get all of America off of fossil fuels, there's still the rest of the world. So if you think you're gonna die, that you're gonna go extinct from the over usage of fossil fuels, then the whole rest of the world still using it means you still ain't did a motherfucking thing. This bull malarkey about them being a nonpartisan group is just straight trash. Cause they're hyped up and fueled up, pardon the pun, by the left, by radical leftists and liberals, to treat whatever is going on with the climate, the progression of the climate in today's world, as an extinction level event. Pardon another pun for those who know. Treating it as an extinction level event that is really some impending crisis or current crisis that if the course doesn't change, that you're all gonna die. Like, that's a narrative that's been pushed by the left to make people feel like we are completely destroying the planet. Now, are there things that human beings do that don't have the greatest effect on the environment? Yes, of course. But to say that everything is all going to go to shit in the near future, or even a generation or two from now, just by something as straightforward as fossil fuels being used on a daily basis, which they have been for a while, is fucking malarkey. And it's very interesting that the type of billionaires and political people, parasites in certain positions, that these type of people are the ones pushing for this type of shit. Celebrities too, talking about we are destroying the planet because of our carbon footprint, but these are the same people that take private jets and have like $10 million mansions and consume more power than all the rest of us. Like, I mean, just with a private jet alone, like, and yet y'all trying to tell us what we doing wrong? Fuck out of here, bro. Another story from the Boston Herald. We're going to wrap it up. Boston climate protesters plan more disruption as week continues. So look at these soy boys out here leading the charge. Envision a better world. Yeah, a better world is if y'all fucking get out the fucking way. Like, damn, cuz, you know what y'all should do? Y'all should go form a community of people that don't use fossil fuel, and don't allow or welcome people into your community that do use fossil fuel, and you just live that way of life and stay the fuck out of everybody else's way, and we'll stay the fuck out of your way. And that way you can be separated with like-minded individuals. That's what y'all should do, so that y'all can be safe. So people calling themselves rebels. The group is planning to keep up the disruption this week with no intent to seek permits. Okay, so that's why y'all fucking getting arrested. First of all, you in the damn street. Second of all, I guess, and that's one of the things about like free speech in public protests and shit. That's not really free because you got to get a permit or else you in trouble with the law. So they not gonna seek no permit. So hey, it is what it is. There will be some more disruption, said an organizer for the group in question. This is what they said on Wednesday afternoon. All these fucking people that was arrested. I don't even care about all that shit. Well, difficult to remove roadblock. Oh, okay. So yeah. The state police said they seized several sleeping dragons, quote unquote, the cops' name for steel drawn barrels with pipes through them that protesters can stick their arms into and lock their hands together inside of to create a difficult to remove roadblock. So they just fucking they making it a more substantial roadblock getting in the way. Let's see. Blase. Yeah, people pissed off because y'all blocking traffic. And then one of the people saying, we sorry for the disruption, noting that the goal is simply to get more press about environmental issues, even if it makes people mad. We decided to engage in mass disruption because nothing else worked. Nothing the fuck y'all gonna do is gonna work anyway. Like, this is just gonna make you look like a fucking jackass. But I mean, you're talking about press for environmental issues. Yeah, of course, you're going to have people talking about the actual issue itself, I guess. But really, the focus is going to be the effect of what you did. So is the effect of what you did actually the intended effect overall? Like, if you're going to take steps to achieve your goal, is this achieving your goal? Because the people that are sitting on the road with their cars running are still using the fossil fuel, just posted up using the fossil fuel, and eventually they will get to their destination, but because of the delay, you could arguably say that they use more fossil fuel. So what the fuck did you accomplish? It's up pissing people off. So they talking about a bike-based rebel ride and a week of rebellion, and these people calling themselves rebels. Holding this week in Boston to further climate goals such as moving away from fossil fuels and cutting down on cars. Yeah. Right. Hadn't sought any protests. Didn't seek any permits for demonstrations and doesn't intend to. So y'all ass gonna continue to get arrested. I mean, maybe that's where the rebel part come in. Y'all like, hey, we got an arrest record. Look at us. We're fighting the good fight. Again, me personally, these are just jackasses. But of course, hey, look at all these people believing themselves to be making a difference. Extinction, rebellion, making a difference out here. Hey, let me know what y'all think. It's Blue, Collar Millie, back with another video. We out, cuz. Leave your comments, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.